Hello and welcome to Teep Talk After Dark. I'm your host, Wes.
And I'm your co-host, Russ.
And today we will be discussing a caveat. Was it a caveat? No, a run-on to our last After Dark episode of 100 People versus a Gorilla. This is our after show where we get nitty and gritty about dumb stuff.
Yep.
And stuff you want to hear.
And here's the thing. And if you don't like what we have to say, don't watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's After Dark.
We might even say something like,
fuck.
Maybe my ass.
Yeah, what? Oh.
Yeah.
But last time, we had 5 picks from each of us. Now me, I decided to go out of my way and write actually 100 people that I think could take on one silverback gorilla. And yeah, we're going to go with the silverback gorilla.
Yes. I only had the starting 5. He took the liberty of making these 100.
He's going to
I'm going to commentate on my opinions on his picks.
Yes. Let's start with the first 10. Shall we?
The starting 5.
Well, we'll do 10 because it's quicker.
Yeah, sure.
But obviously, let's go over. We have John Jones, of course, like last time. Khabib, Bas Rutten, Brock Lesnar, Brian Shaw, Shaquille O'Neal.
Was he in your first one?
Nope.
Why Shaquille, though?
Because he's 7 feet tall and he's a monster.
You know what's crazy? I actually seen one time Shaquille O'Neal when I was a kid. I was 8 years old. My dad.
It's going to take a while.
No. He took me to a Hawks game, right? It was Atlanta Hawks versus the Heat. And I remember, and it's never made a highlight reel, but I did see it live in action. I did watch him knock somebody over, dunk, and just knocked him over, nuts to the face and everything. I think he got joy out of doing that, putting nuts to faces.
That's why I put him on there.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
I think he put the nuts in the gorilla's face.
Maybe.
He dunked on a gorilla?
I mean, he scares gorillas. Did you know that? Did you ever hear about that?
No.
He talks about this on a podcast where he says the gorillas go crazy. I mean, the monkeys go crazy about him because apparently what they'll do is when they see him, they'll go like this. They'll go. That's how they stare at him, like with a serious look on his face. That's how, and like I think he does it to them, or something like that. He'll do it to them, and it'll just freak them out. Or they will do that to him, and it's because look at him.
He's huge.
When do they see a big, tall, 7-foot dude?
True.
Next pick, Don Fry. Had to put Don Fry on there.
You think he grabs the gorilla by the scruff of the neck like this?
I'm gonna beat up this gorilla.
Yeah. And Freebird's playing in the background. Bam, 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 bam.
There's our song. Had to put Mike Tyson in there. You gotta have. I had to have him in there because he's crazy. Now Cosmonaut.
Who?
Now you may not know who this is, but Daniel Cormier mentioned him on a podcast about a wrestler that he was like, if he would have gotten into the UFC, no one would have gotten, not even John Jones.
Who?
Daniel Cormier mentioned a wrestler, an Olympic wrestler that was like just absolutely strong.
Cosmonaut?
Yeah, I think that's how you say his name. Look up the video later. Number 10, Ray Lewis. Had to put a football player in there.
Ooh.
Ray Lewis was a dominant linebacker in the NFL.
A full padded up, got the helmet and everything. You think he takes one down, spears him? You think you bull rush into him like a
freight train?
Yeah, like it's a quarterback. So you think he takes him down with a tackle?
Yeah. Let's go over to the next 10 here. Marshawn Lynch. Got to add Marshawn Lynch in there. Running back. Used to be the running back for the Seattle Seahawks.
Off the Henny.
Oh, yeah.
Off the Henny.
Alex Pierre.
Obviously.
George St. Pierre. Got to add a legend in there. Added The Rock. Dwayne Johnson. Ugh. Reason why I added him is because,
so he can get his arms ripped off.
He worked with a gorilla in that show or movie, whatever it is. I forgot what the movie's called. Added Kane from WWE because he's one of the strongest WWE guys.
He chokeslammed the gorilla.
Mark Henry, another world's strongest man.
You do have a point.
Yep.
Yep.
Added The Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena, another strong, stable athlete.
He squats 600 pounds, and a gorilla is an average. A full grown gorilla can be up to 600 pounds.
Randy Orton and Kurt Angle.
Ooh.
Why not throw an RKO and then also an Olympic wrestler in there?
You know what? As also Kurt Angle, you said Brock Lesnar. Did you know that there was a time whenever
Yes.
Brock, yeah, and they wrestled each other and it was close.
And Kurt Angle won.
Kurt Angle won.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, because Kurt Angle's more experienced.
Mm-hmm.
He's Olympic. Brock was an NCAA. Next 10, right? Eddie Hall. Got to put Eddie Hall in there too.
Mm.
Tim Kennedy.
Eddie Hall recently ran somebody down on the
That's
street.
right. And I actually watched the video of him explaining about it.
Yeah, and apparently they were stalking him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they tried to make him look bad.
He was kind of well within his means.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Kennedy.
Yes.
And I added Jocko.
You know, I like Jocko Willnick, but the podcast kind of gets me. It's so serious.
Well, of course.
Why is it in black and white?
I don't know. Ask him. Uniqueness.
When you're hard like that, and you get up at 4:30.
I don't need color.
You don't need color.
Black and white.
Hell yeah, brother.
Number 24 and 25, Andrew and Tristan Tate.
Yes.
Got to add the Tate brothers in there.
Because not only would they be tactfully good, but they would be very good at coming up with the plan. If people started dying, they would be there and they would say, okay, look, we got to come up with something.
Listen, we got to come up with a plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Love those.
Marab, grab his leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do what you're told.
Yeah.
Grab a coffee.
Yeah. Top G. Top gorilla.
Bill Goldberg.
Good one. Did he wrestle?
Yeah, he played football and wrestled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Great Khali. If nobody now, I just want to let you know some of these WWE wrestlers added a boxer, football players. You know, it's a bunch of people you should know if you're a big fan of it. Islam Makhachev and Kazmat, of course.
Ooh.
And this gorilla has no chance, by the way.
I think that both of them teamed up on one gorilla could
Oh yeah.
out. Just the two of them.
I mean, Khabib's in there too, like all three of them.
Obviously, all three of them.
The gorilla's done.
100 gorillas versus Khamzat, Islam, and Khabib.
Oh, no, it's too unrealistic.
Okay, 3 gorillas versus all 3 of them.
That's too unrealistic too.
2 gorillas.
No. You got to remember, a gorilla has like the strength over like 20 men.
A grizzly bear.
No. A non-playful grizzly bear will like kill all 3 of them.
Okay, what about a polar bear?
That all they eat is meat.
And they drink Coca-Cola.
Here we go. Let me get to my number 30 real quick. JL Sonnen is my number 30. Oh yeah.
He's never been beaten.
Nope. The next 10. Now these are arm wrestlers. So if you know arm wrestling, this is you know who they are. Whatever. Levon. Can't say his last name.
Billy.
Yep. Levon is the top guy right now, the strongest guy right now. Look him up, seriously. Dennis Terplankov was a former legend, or still a legend, but like huge dude, kind of like Levon. Nowadays, he's much older. He's a little weaker now, but he's still pretty strong. Michael Todd, Monster Michael Todd. Got to say that just in case you look up Michael Todd and then a preacher comes up. King's move, the monkey.
King Kong.
Devin Lorette.
King Kong.
Lorette. Yeah, Devin Lorette. Got to have a strategic arm wrestler.
Devin Lorette.
Yeah.
Devin Lorette.
Yeah, Devin Lorette doesn't matter how you say it. It's Devin Lorette. Anyway.
I think even if you're not into arm wrestling, you should
know you should know who Devin is. I had to add Rey Mysterio in there as a WWE wrestler. Got to have some speed in there.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, what do
speed.
you want, the 369? You just want to see it?
No,
see
you
if
want
it'll
the
happen?
619. What the heck? You got to say it right.
Oh yeah.
619.
619. You know who a good team, like a good team to go at it with, like 2 guys that will team up and say, hey, we're gonna take this one leg right here and we're gonna double single leg the gorilla. Rey Mysterio and Marab.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Number 36, we got Hulk Hogan. I'm gonna say
prime Hulk Hogan.
Prime, yes. A lot of these are prime.
Everyone that we're listing.
I haven't said prime for a lot of these, but you get that. We got Sean Taylor. He was a former Redskins safety. Powerhouse.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Now, I decided to put Ed Reed in here because Ed Reed and Ray Lewis working together. Oh,
oof.
terrible. James Harrison, former Steelers linebacker.
Mm.
And then I have Matt Hughes from the UFC.
Oh, Matt Hughes.
Yes,
is a good one.
strength
Yeah.
phenomenon.
Mhm.
And that's 40 right now. We're not even close to being done yet, folks.
We're 40% through it.
That's right. Number 41, Bryce Mitchell.
Oh yeah,
Got to add
Bryce
Bryce Mitchell in there.
Can't get CTE.
Number 42, Bob Sapp.
Ooh,
Yep, and prime Bob Sapp, big guy.
Bob Sapp is as big as a gorilla.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ronnie Coleman.
Mm.
Got to have Ronnie in there.
Prime Ronnie, same thing, as big as a gorilla.
Bobby Lashley.
Oh, also Ronnie Coleman too.
Imagine
as far as combat sports goes, or like combat with somebody, he was a police officer.
Yeah, and
So
imagine
he
him.
does have,
And imagine him choking this gorilla, and he's like, "Yeah, buddy,
yeah, buddy."
yeah. Bobby Lashley. You know who that is?
Big black guy.
Yeah, bald.
Yeah,
WWE.
three big buff black guys in a row.
That's right. Dave Batista in his prime too. He's a WWE wrestler.
All right, now you're back to white dudes.
Yeah, back to white.
Yep.
Triple H.
Ooh.
Triple H was phenomenal. Haku, former WWE guy. Samoan. The Samoans are
Yeah, all you gotta say
unbelievable.
Samoan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And number 48, he was a guard for the Cowboys, Larry Allen.
Ooh.
Very strong guy.
Yep.
And we got Chuck Norris. You got to throw in Chuck Norris. Even though if you just throw in Chuck Norris against like a million gorillas, Chuck Norris wins.
Did you hear about what happened to him here recently?
What?
He was on an African safari.
Oh.
He got bitten by a snake.
Oh, no.
And after 3 days,
the snake died.
Snake died.
That's right.
Yep.
Chuck Norris jokes.
Yeah.
Michael Jai White.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Another good two-man team.
That's right.
Norris and White. Yeah.
That's number 50. You're 50% done. Next 4. Tony Jaa, martial artist, Muay Thai actor. Scott Atkins.
Boy, if Rod Tang ain't in here, I'm going to be mad.
And by the way, if you don't know who Tony Jaa is, just look up the movies Ong Bak or Bodyguard or The Protector. He also played in Fast and Furious. I think one of them. I don't know if it was. I think it was 7. Scott Atkins plays an Undisputed. If you've never seen that, then you need to get the fuck up off your ass and watch it because it's fighting.
Undisputed, who's plays in it?
Scott Atkins. Michael Jai White plays in one of the episodes. Boyaka.
Oh, it's a
Boyaka. That's how they talk. Boyaka.
Is this a show?
Yeah, no, it's a movie. There's 3 movies.
You said episodes.
No, it's a movie. It's 3 movies. Undisputed 1, 2, and 3. Jet Li. Gotta add some more speed in there. If you don't know who Jet Li is, Forbidden Kingdom, Fearless, Black Mask, The One, all the movies I'm mentioning right there as the end. Jackie Chan. You gotta have Jackie Chan.
Prime Jackie Chan.
That's right.
Jackie Chan got kicked in the face by Bruce Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Bruce Lee apologized to him. I'm so sorry about that.
Yep.
Gotta add Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Gotta have Steven Seagal.
Why?
Oh. Aikido. You know what that looks like? Remember when Joe Rogan was making fun of those guys that were like doing all that weird?
Yeah.
So that's what that is. That's not Aikido though.
It is. We are black belts in Aikido. We don't tell anybody.
Vontae Leach, fullback, former for the Baltimore Ravens, big guy, right? Terrell Suggs.
Again, I was just thinking that too.
Terrell Suggs with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, still done.
Yep.
Mike Alstott was a former fullback. I think he was for the Buccaneers, if I'm not mistaken. He was a powerhouse fullback. That's why I put him down. Got to add Rob Gronkowski, tight end, right? Michael Orr, another Raven. He was a guard.
Strong fella.
Yeah, and they made a movie about him, I think.
Fella. Played for the Ravens and played for... Who did he play for in Ole Miss? Was it Ole Miss?
Oh, no. But they made a movie about him. I think Sandra Bullock's in it.
They really screwed him over. That
Mm.
movie.
Yeah.
They made just to get the word out there for Michael Orr. In the movie, they made him look a bit mentally touched in the head, bit of a tard, if you will. But he was actually very academically inclined, and he was a straight A student, honor roll, all that good stuff. He just he lived in the hood. Some white folks adopted him and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, totally different thing than the movie.
That was number 61. We're getting closer. Jacob Fatu and Solo. These are Samoans from the WWE. It's the whole bloodline thing. If you guys are into WWE, that's what that is.
A bloodline that came from a guy whose signature move was farting on people.
Rikishi. And he's on here with Jay and Jimmy Uso, too.
What's he going to do, fart on him?
It's called the Stink Face.
I know.
So I have those three, too. Those were next. And having the Samoan group is phenomenal. Otis and Omos, another WWE guys. Otis is a big white strong guy from the WWE, and Omos was, I don't know if Omos is still there, but he was like a tall black guy, kind of like Shaquille. So it would have worked. Keith Lee, another big black guy, like tough guy. He was in the Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar and him kind of, toughened up against each other. Daniel Cormier. Got to have Daniel in there.
Yes.
We're at number 70 now. Robert Oberst.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
He is a good one.
Another world's strongest man.
Strong and pretty.
Yep. Nick Best.
Who's that?
Eddie Hall, Brian Shaw, Robert Oberst, and Nick Best always hang together. He's the older strong man.
The old guy. Yeah, okay. I know something about that, yeah.
The guy that can show up them sometimes. Half Thor Bjornsson. Got to throw Half Thor in there. And number 74 is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Got to have Stone Cold in there. Remember that thing I sent you? Where the gorillas just sitting there and you hear that.
Banana?
Yeah, and then Ric Flair getting him in the figure four.
Woo!
Woo! Woo! Yes. They'll chop your lives out. Braun Strowman, another strong WWE wrestler, had to have Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner up in there. Big Papa Pump is your hookup holler if you hear him.
You know what? Do you remember whenever he, and for some reason, they just decided to do it? He walks up to the bench right there on the thing and just say, put 405 on there and just starts repping 405. Do you remember that?
It's been a long time.
Yeah. And you know what? He never took steroids. Not once. Also, Steve McMahon made them all get tested. None of the wrestlers. Vince McMahon. Made them all get tested. None of the wrestlers were ever allowed to take steroids in the WWE or the F.
They did take steroids, though.
Nope.
Yeah, they did.
Nope. They ate their.
We can't lie.
They ate all their vegetables.
We can't lie to the world.
They ate all their vegetables.
Don't take
to grow
steroids.
Big and strong, and they drank milk.
Don't take steroids.
Wait, no! Don't tell the people.
Do what I do.
Steroids.
Do what I do. I don't take steroids, and I'm strong.
Number 8 left hand in the state.
Yeah.
But I think that if you are a consenting adult and you're not competing in something to which you can harm someone else with your strength, then you should most definitely, take steroids.
If you want to cheat in life,
if you want to cheat, if you ain't cheating, you ain't winning.
Just know that I'm still stronger.
It was hard for me to explain that to my ex, but listen. Take the steroids. There's nothing wrong with it. If everybody was on steroids, everybody'd be bigger and they'd be happier. There's nothing wrong with steroids. Now, you get to like 30 years old, your T levels start dropping a little bit sometimes. Take the steroids. I look back on my life. I wish I had started taking steroids when I was 20. Yeah, I've never taken steroids, but I wish that I did. I would be a lot buffer and a lot cooler of a person. And I would be a lot happier. I stand for steroids.
Francis Ngannou. Got to have Francis Ngannou, one of the hardest hitters. Feels like a sledgehammer.
Steroids.
Fedor.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This list, by the way,
Yeah.
Gorilla ain't surviving. Cain Velasquez.
Yep.
Gotta have him in there. Shane Carwin.
Who should be freed?
Yeah.
Should be freed.
Randy Couture.
Mm.
Got a Chuck Liddell. And now we're getting Roger Gracie, one of the best jiu-jitsu guys.
Roger Gracie?
Yeah. He's really good. Alistair Overeem, kickboxer.
The Freem!
Rampage Jackson.
Did you see him get called in to the Ariel Helwani show? Yeah.
He's called in a lot.
Ariel Helwani called him and said because he was going to ask him if he think he could take on a gorilla with 100 men or something like that. And when he popped up, he's like, "How are you doing today?" And he goes, "I was doing good till I heard something about you calling me a gorilla."
Oh,
yeah,
I think I did see that. He's like,
I
no.
love Rampage Jackson.
Hickson Gracie. Gotta have another legend in there. Eddie Bravo.
Oh, dude.
And we're at number 90 now.
Ooh.
Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Kick it in the dick.
Yep. Now, Gordon Ryan. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I don't think jiu-jitsu's working against the gorilla, dude.
Yeah, but all this, I mean.
Oh, you're just adding some in there just in case.
Forrest Griffin. Junior Dos Santos. I put Jose Aldo in there, prime Jose Aldo, because his leg kicks were just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Dominic Cruz, another former champion for the UFC. Number 96, Troy Polamalu. Got to have the hair.
Could you imagine the 100 men and he just takes off running and skips over like 10 of them?
All of them?
Like just bouncing off their heads and jumps.
Right on time?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's no time that he can do it. He just does it. Head and shoulders.
Junior Sue was a middle linebacker in the NFL. He was a really big guy, another popular pick.
I remember that. Who did he play for?
Wow, I don't know if he played for the Chargers or not. But I want to go over my final three.
And it was just SU.
I want to go over my final three. Number 98, number 99, and number 100. You ready for this? Mm-hmm. My two best friends.
These better be good.
My two best friends.
These better be good.
My best friends, Alan and Wesley, and then me. Got to throw us in there. We have to play a part of it, too.
I'm going to cry.
We have to play a part of it, too. I don't want to watch, like, 100 guys take on the gorilla. I want to have 97 of them, and then 3 of them be us. Because we need fun, too.
Yep.
That's right.
I'm taking... If I'm going in and I have to take 2 friends... I'm taking you. Taking Chase Porter. He would at least knock out one of its big teeth. Yeah. And then dance away.
Yeah. Well, everybody, that's really all I have.
Now, let me ask you this. Let's say me, you, and Alan are the last 3 left. Everyone's dead. Somehow. Somehow the gorilla got through.
We would die.
What do you say? Like it's now in this scenario, it's at the other end of the football field.
We need to run away because we're gonna die.
Mr. Beast is at the top saying, "Excellent."
We're gonna die.
What are you gonna say? What is your plan to do?
Run.
Outrun me.
What?
Outrun me.
You? I can outrun you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let it eat me. You get away.
Yeah, them 2 would probably die, and I'd be gone. I'd win.
I'd go out fighting, dude.
I want $1 million.
Like, I know I'm gonna die. Just go out swinging.
Yeah,
this gorilla.
Let them
reach out and just hope and pray I can grab it by its nipple. You know, get that nipple clamped. How often does a gorilla get grabbed by the nipple?
I mean, it punches its nipples all the time.
Yeah, but it doesn't get no. It's just.
Yeah, but it makes that sound. You know that?
Yeah,
that's why it makes that.
Yeah, but its nipples. They don't understand the pain of a nipple ripping. It's just give it a big old Texas titty twister, and hang on for dear life and hope it doesn't just rip my head off. And you got to duck when it does it, I guess. But get up and put the knee in its neck, okay? And take your arm. No, the bite force, you can't, no. Gouge its eyeballs out. Gouge out its eyeballs and just, because you can hit hard like this, right? Because you like that and you're just going down. But if you got one thumb in the eye, check this out. You got one thumb in its eye and it's, you got a thumb in the eyeball and you take the hand, right? And you grab onto whatever's there and you just, and that's how you take out the gorilla. You gotta have a thumb in the eye. Now, if you can take both thumbs and before you do the elbow, you take both thumbs, put one other thumb in there, because you don't want to be punching whatever a gorilla's skull's made of. You might break your hands. Okay, elbows will suffice. Maybe throw in a couple knees. Now think, a head is probably the circumference of my body. So I'm sitting on top of a head. I got to make sure that my crotch area is not nowhere near its teeth because it might bite down. Also, another thing, the leg, because the leg has a femoral artery in it. You don't want to be bleeding out from your leg. You got to keep your midsection, your legs under the neck. Wrap it around the neck and gouge that eyeball out and throw the elbows. Elbows, elbows. And then the crowd goes wild in some insane universe where people gather around to watch 100 men fight a gorilla.
I don't know why people just haven't thought of the distracting thing just to give it a banana. Here's some bananas.
No one's ever really got to the specifics of 100 men versus a gorilla in what? Could be a big game of chess.
In the stadium of Rome.
Yeah.
The Rome Coliseum.
Oh, that would be nice, the big Coliseum.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, we went over 100 guys. And we've added us included. The little hypothetical thing right here.
And I will say that it's 100 men versus a gorilla.
Mm.
And to me, as a feminist, I believe that that's very sexist and misogynistic because women can fight gorillas too. Anyways.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Men? Oh, gotcha. 100 men.
Yep.
Anyway, that is all. Take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been this episode of Teep Talk After Dark. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you on the next one. Also, click the notifications bell for notifications every time we go live or every time that we post a new episode. And make sure you subscribe, follow the Instagram.
Yep. Follow Instagram
Fireworks.
at what? What's it called?
At Teep Talk.
That's right.
Yeah. Thank you, and God bless. I want it turned off. There it is.